how does a species not get lost in that? There's a great book by, I think it's Charlie Stross, called Accelerando. It's a science fiction book, and it basically charts this whole evolution from, I think it was written in 2005, and it starts in 2010 and goes to like 20, I think 2400 or something. And so it starts with basically our current level of technology, and then brain interfaces get more and more sophisticated, and then you have the point where the physical body is almost completely forgotten about. It's not really relevant. You can synthesize one wherever you need it to be, and you just travel through the internet, or you make multiple copies of yourself, or you run a simulation where you want to learn Spanish, so you spend 100 years in a simulation becoming utterly fluent.
Yeah.
Um, poor example, but
No, that.
that's the kind of
Hmm.
the way life is at that point. And uh, the they astronomers detect a technosignature around another star, the infrared heat runoff from technology. And they send a Coke can sized spaceship with 40 people on board because it's just running in the processors on the spaceship. And when it arrives, it finds we were talking about Dyson spheres, a Dyson sphere composed purely of processors, of
Mhm.
like energy gathering stuff and computer processors. And it's called a matryoshka brain, when you have just the entire matter content of a solar system converted to computer processors and
Right.
energy collection. And running on that matryoshka brain is an unimaginably huge simulation, but it's a simulation of this species past. And they hack into the simulation and run their own brains within that simulation and experience it, but it's deserted. There's nobody there.
Hmm.
And they piece together that this civilization went through the same advancement that Earth civilization has gone through. And while they're on this mission, uh, Earth is broken into two factions: individualists who retain the sort of human identities that they had,
Mhm.
and a sort of Borg collective of just complete
Unity.
oneness. Yeah, exactly.
Unity
Yeah,
from
unity. Yes, another
another
Rick
Rick
and
and
Morty
Morty
reference.
reference.
uh, and so the inner solar system is getting pulverized and reconstituted into computer processors. They're going down this path that this alien civilization has gone through. But what they find at that other star is that for at least this alien civilization, once they got so self-absorbed that all they were doing was reliving their past and running through their own fantasies within this simulation, they utterly lost interest in exploration of the real universe, because their simulation was more stimulating than reality ever could possibly be. And whatever happened to them, they either died out from total boredom, just losing any innovative capacity at all, or they ascended to some other plane of existence. And uh, so that's an idea that I had knocking around in my head when I was having this talk with the advanced creature. And I asked about that, like, why are you here? And it said to experience the meeting between you and us. And I said, no, but like, why are you here? Why are you on Earth and not in a simulation? I mean, assuming I'm not part of a simulation that you're running. And it was like, well, you are part of several thousand simulations that we run, but you're the real one. And I would tell you if you were one of the simulated ones. And the reason that we're here is because, like, with your computers, when you get a new game and it runs kind of poorly on your computer and you have to get a new graphics card, and then the graphics card can output higher resolution than your monitor is, so you feel like you need to upgrade your monitor. And it's like, yeah. And it's like, well, imagine if the bottleneck wasn't the technology in your computer, but your sensory organs. And every cell in the body that you see before you contains quantum processors and sensors that are sensitive to wavelengths of energies that you're not even aware exist yet. Uh, its entire being is drinking in the experience of the universe on on channels that humans are unaware exist, and it's constantly innovating and improving the technology that it is composed of. So the reason to explore the universe for it is because its simulations and stuff are all based on technology to date, whereas every innovation in its sensory capacity exposes it to new experience. And so that's why it doesn't just get lost in its own simulations. And that was kind of mind-blowing to me, the idea that like the input that you get from your simulations can never be as real as the real world, because there's always more layers to reality, I hope. Because if we do live in a simulation, we're going to hit the experiential wall at some point.
Yeah, level 2, right?
Yeah.
Hey, thanks for watching this video. If you want to see the full version, go to the Uncle Gold Podcast YouTube channel or watch the next clip.